And I'm guessing this is his family too. Nice gold chain you got there, bud. You couldn't give him a sandwich? A place to crash for a couple days? Hey, Jordan, you and your dad are not working out right now. Come stay with me for a little while. Go get yourself a job and, you know, go do something. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bolo coming to you with another video for educational purposes only. So, all the race hustlers can now rejoice. You've got your new case. You've got your new thing to latch on to overblow and over exaggerate. And we're talking about the Daniel Penny verdict. Not guilty, unanimous decision. Now, this is a very sticky situation, and I see it from both sides. There is nuance. Most people, unfortunately, are so low IQ, they pick a side and they ride with that side, cannot see the shades of gray, which is where 99.999% of life is lived. Okay, now, first of all, if you've been living under a rock or you're not in New York City, maybe you haven't heard about it, but last year there was this young black homeless kid named Jordan Neely. He was in the subway acting crazy. New Yorkers are used to this. We're used to people lashing out, screaming at the top of their lungs, incoherent babble. That happens, yes. But this kid in particular, which I want to say rest in peace to this young man, he was dealing with a lot, was actually threatening people at one point. Threatening bodily harm if someone didn't give him money. So we have Daniel Penny, the former Marine, stepped up and said, okay, I'm not going to allow this guy to possibly hurt me or someone else. I don't know if he has a knife, a gun, whatever it is. Put him in a chokehold for probably too long, but that's a double-edged sword. Because once you make that step, you got to go through with it. You have to make sure this person is no longer a threat. I do agree that he held it too long. I think they said his body went limp and he held the chokehold for 51 seconds after that. So there needs to be some accountability there. There needs to be an admission of fault. But in the moment, it's very hard. These are split-second decisions. Your life is in danger, okay? Because let's be honest. If he did nothing and Jordan Neely had a gun, a knife, and slashed someone's throat or shot someone in the chest, what would everyone say? He was saying he was going to hit somebody. He was going to hurt somebody. Why didn't anyone get up and do something about it? All the people taking Jordan Neely's side, I understand you to a degree. But it's very easy to play armchair quarterback and examine everything after the fact and say what you would have done and what should have been done. It's very easy. But in the moment, if you are really in fear of your life, it's not easy to make all these decisions. Like I said, I overall side with Daniel Penny because something had to be done. You don't know what this guy is capable of, and you're inside a train. There is nowhere to go. You can't say, oh man, this guy's acting up. Let me go down the stairs. Let me leave. No, you're stuck. So something has to be done. But the reason why I say the race hustlers can rejoice is because the not guilty verdict, and it was unanimous, and he's white. The kid that died was black. Okay, so let's get into some of these videos. But like I said, rest in peace to the kid. I do agree he shouldn't have been, being put in prison for 15 years. Considering all the circumstances, there were a lot of people in there. Someone could have gotten hurt. On top of that, the kid has over like 40 arrests, if I'm not mistaken. He has been arrested for actually hurting people in his past, so you have to take that into consideration. It's not like it was empty threats.
Is breaking news from Pix 11.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Manarino in the Pix 11 newsroom, bringing you breaking news at this very hour, and that is Daniel Penny, the Marine veteran who fatally choked Jordan Neely, a homeless man on a subway train. The verdict just came down. He's been found not guilty of criminally negligent homicide. That just coming in minutes ago. The 12 jurors, 7 women and 5 men returned to court this morning.
And you would think, especially with 7 women, that they would be a little bit more empathetic towards Jordan Neely. For them to find him not guilty unanimously does say a lot.
To deliberate on a lesser charge after the group could not reach a unanimous verdict on that top charge, which was the second-degree manslaughter. So prosecutors argued much of the case that Penny used too much force on Neely, but defense lawyers say that Penny was defending passengers after Neely became irate on that train last year. Penny put his arm around Neely's neck for about 6 minutes. His reaction fueled debate about race relations, not only locally, but across the country about that public.
Oh, also, there were 2 black people that were actually helping Daniel Penny restrain him. We have to take that into consideration. It wasn't just white man, and it wouldn't matter anyway. The kid was acting irrational, irate, and has a past of violent acts.
Public safety approaches to the homelessness and mental illness that we are seeing on the streets. So again, just into the newsroom moments ago, Daniel Penny has been found not guilty of criminally negligent homicide in the subway chokehold death of Jordan Neely, which means he has been acquitted. Our James Ford is at the courtroom, and he will have much more.
All right, so now I'm going to show a video of his family. Remember, at the beginning of this clip, they said he was homeless. He was going through a lot, and he was homeless. Here is his family.
There are a number of protests happening right
Obviously, the protests are starting, so the Roland Martins, the Al Sharptons, all of CNN, they're licking their lips. Their ratings are going to go through the roof. They're going to fuel the fire of protests and all kinds of nonsense. So as a New Yorker, personally, I'm bracing for impact. I'm hoping nothing happens. I'm hoping it's not like another George Floyd situation, but it's a powder keg, as they would say.
Inside the courtroom right now, you might be able to hear it off mic. There was a skirmish with police that we're going to try to get you some video of as well. But certainly Neely's family was really hoping for a conviction, certainly on the manslaughter conviction.
Now you motherfuckers need to be put in prison. The family. Now they want to come out and act like they gave a fuck about this kid. Homeless. Over 40 arrests. Why was he homeless?
Which could have brought up to 15 years in prison, but the criminally negligent homicide would have brought up to 4 years in prison. And of course, there was no mandatory minimum prison sentence for either count, but they did not see that. What they are saying is they did not see justice, that this is a racist city. That
Good Lord.
30-year-old son.
To call New York a racist city with all these goddamn illegal migrants coming in here, the vast majority are not white and getting all kinds of benefits and preferential treatment over people that are white and black and everyone else, but white people are being looked over for these illegals. How are you gonna call it a racist city? Are you kidding me?
Who had a history of mental health issues, and also we should point out had a number of prosecutions and convictions for assault in the subway.
Exactly.
He was not given a fair deal, that when he was held in that chokehold for as long as he was, that put his life in danger.
It did. I admit that. But here's the thing. When you make that step, you gotta go. You can't pump fake. Because if this kid, Daniel Penny, would have held him and whatever, this guy that has a history of violence would have said, all right, man, I won't do anything. And he lets him go and turns around and stabs him in the neck. Then what? People are going to say, yo, why'd you let him go? He said he was going to hurt you. That's what people do. It's real easy to start calling shots in 2020, like, oh yeah, this is what should have happened. I am not going to fault him for holding him there. Your adrenaline's pumping. You don't know what this kid's gonna do. That's the fact of the matter is. And then there's a lot of other people that were scared for their lives.
And that led to his death. But the man, the defendant, Daniel Penny, that former Marine who held him in that chokehold, has not been found liable. He has been acquitted by a jury of his peers here in New York City.
I'm not mad at that.
And his father,
at all.
Did speak out just a short time ago, and here's what he had to say.
I just want to say I miss my son. My son didn't have to go through this. I didn't have to go through this either.
Your kid was homeless with over 40 arrests. What have you done to help him while he was walking this earth? Now the clout lords are coming out the woodwork. Oh, my son, he shouldn't have. Yeah, he shouldn't have. He should have had a home He should have been able to get food at home instead of yelling at people, random people on the train for $1. And I'm guessing this is his family too. Nice gold chain you got there, bud. You couldn't give him a sandwich? A place to crash for a couple days? Hey, Jordan, you and your dad are not working out right now. Come stay with me for a little while. Go get yourself a job and, go do something. No. Everyone gives a fuck now.
It hurts.
Yeah, bullshit. You're fucking
Really,
full of
really
shit.
hurts.
I don't even believe you, dude.
What are we gonna do, people?
I don't believe you.
What's gonna happen to us now?
Everybody that's pissed off at this verdict, I challenge you to go outside today and help one person. That's my challenge.
The irony. Go help one person. How about your family is not homeless, dealing with mental issues, and you're going about your life? How about you help the people in your life directly? Like the irony, like this total lack of self-awareness with what he's saying.
If you're angry, if you're hurt, go help one person.
Now, of course, when this incident happened in May of 2023, it set off a number of protests. People were upset by how public safety is managed in the subways, but they were also upset.
Which they are right about that. I don't even, the trains are just, they're treacherous. You don't know who's ready to wig out, and they are capable of it. I think the year before last year when this kid was wilding, some dude in the middle of the day walked up to a random guy and shot him in the chest on a moving train. Now, with that kind of stuff happening, you want someone to see this guy in this enclosed train to talk about how he's gonna harm somebody here and to not take the threat seriously. You gotta be out your mind.
By the fate of a 30-year-old black man. They brought race into this. They were saying that this 30-year-old black man should not have died at the hands of a white man who initially was not prosecuted. And after some of those protests, Daniel Penny was finally prosecuted.
Yeah, that was, they only prosecuted him because of the outrage. They knew he wasn't really guilty of anything. Okay? Like I said, I'm going to side with the verdict here from all the facts that I've known and gathered. But I can see why people feel like Neely shouldn't be dead. But it's a very tough situation there. When you take all the context together, it's a tough situation, but I think they got it right.
And he was charged with that manslaughter count. Certainly there are a number of police here. I can tell you.
Yeah, heads might be rolling soon. Like I said, I think it could. There's a possibility of this getting kind of crazy in the next coming weeks, especially if all the race hustlers in CNN do their job like they were before. If they do it the way they want, shit's gonna go crazy. And if you live in New York City, stay safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below about this whole situation. I'm out.